Welcome back to my channel. About a month ago I finished the sketchbook, but I haven't gotten around to touring it, so I thought that I would do that today. You saw a couple of pages in the video where I toured all of the sketchbooks that I finished, but yeah, I thought that I would show you a little bit more this time. This is the first page. I don't really know what I did here, I just kind of experimented with making the faces kind of deformed, and I thought that was fun. Then I went for a walk and I had no inspiration whatsoever. I didn't know what to draw, so I, as I said, took a walk, and my neighbors have chickens and poultry. And yeah, that's where I got my inspiration for this one. Then I continued to draw animals, frogs and a couple of sloths. Alpacas. My neighbors have alpacas as well, so you can kind of see where that comes from. Fluffy cows, and this is some collage kind of thing where I just put pieces of paper together. Giraffes, because why not? Giraffes with butterflies, or a butterfly. They're best friends, I can promise you that. This is a napkin with some cool holographic surface. I thought that was fun, so I stuck it in here. And some doodles with eyes. People with horns that I continue drawing on the next page. This is Brad Pitt from the movie Meet Joe Black that I watched. Really good movie. Him with peanut butter. Oh, I have some. Anyway. More people with horns. Some watercolor portraits, not that good, but I thought that I would show you them anyway. And this is the thing where I use water-based liner and add water on top to create some kind of watercolor effect. Really fun. This is for all your Queen fans out there. And this is Queen from the I Want to Break Free video. And I drew it with my new markers that I've shown you earlier. Not that good, but it was quite fun to draw. Some figure drawings, I guess you can say. This was all like ads for clothes or similar kinds of pictures. I like them, and they were all from Pinterest, I believe. I built a snowman and I fell in love with him. I think I've shown you this earlier, but oh my god, I got so emotionally attached to the snowman, and I know that's weird, but I had to draw him. Look at him. Such a beauty. Then I experimented a bit more with the things that I drew on the first page, but this time with a couple of more eyes. And I've shown you this before as well, I think. The Matthew Sorgi portrait technique. Yeah, quite fun. This one, I don't really like this one, but I thought that I would show you anyway. Acrylic painting, stars, and the moon. Let's move on. A bit of collage and some doodles. Even more collages. I think this was from an ad for wristwatches, but I don't really remember. It was some kind of ad anyway, in a newspaper or magazine, that I thought was kind of fun to do a collage of. Another part of the magazine that I made a collage of, but this time with some warmer colors. This was quite fun as well. And these two pages, I think, were the first two things that I uploaded to my Instagram. have them there either way. So please go check that out. Collage stuff. Some Harry Styles and Pringles sketches. And this is some kind of paper that I thought was quite fun and stuck in here. This was at a cafe. This is a acrylic painting of a space shuttle. I think I've shown you this as well. I think it's quite fun. And this was the first time that I actually drew or painted a space shuttle in acrylics. I have a love for space shuttles. You will notice that soon. I draw them quite a bit more in the sketchbook, but yeah. This turned out quite fun, I think. And this was the red that I didn't use for that one. That was left, and I just made some fun pattern with it. Some doodles with the page that I didn't draw on because it had some acrylic paint on them. Another acrylic painting. This was supposed to be of the first picture of a black hole, but it turned out quite weird. Fun, but weird. Space shuttles, but with an eye instead of the shuttle. Well, I guess it's not a space shuttle anymore then, it's just an eye on the solid rocket boosters and the external tank. Even more space shuttles. Who was surprised? An eye on a patterned background. And these space shuttle doodles, along with this one, were like made in a night, you know. Very fast but very fun. Space shuttles! And this was right after I recorded the video where I toured all of my sketchbooks. So this is made after that. Some portraits. I think these are just quick, made from Pinterest references. Two eyes that are quite matching. Fun doodles that I made on separate pieces of paper and stuck in here. Yeah, this was supposed to be a portrait of Rennie Wolf, but turned out to be quite a fail, I think, but it's fine, it's fine. That's just how it goes sometimes. Some facts about the sun and an illustration. And some yoga poses. I think I worked with yoga in school, and I just felt quite inspired of drawing some poses. Yeah, that was fun. I think that actually was in between classes or something. Yeah, that's right. This is David Bowie. He is a legend, and I just had to draw his iconic wide pants, or whatever you should call them. They aren't actually that bright. They're not that bright white. They are actually black, but I messed up with the lines and kept it that way. Yeah, it's cool either way. A watercolor painting, I think. I'm trying to figure out what this is. Watercolor painting with washi tape and some cutouts from a magazine. More collage and a watercolor painting. Quick sketch just to get my creative juices flowing. And if you've watched my other sketchbook tours, you're gonna know that every last piece of, or last stack of paper, I don't know what to call them, I call that the last chapter, and I make this page where I say this is the last chapter. It's quite pointless, but it's fun. So this was what I made in this sketchbook, and it was quite beautiful, I think. if I say so myself. And this was also during class. Yeah, we're having online classes, so that gives me the opportunity to draw. And this was a comic that I made about a girl that has online classes. She walks away from a computer to get a cup of coffee or something while the computer is living its own life, and when she comes back with her coffee in her hand, the coffee that is also her hair, the computer is exploding. Yeah, that's how it feels sometimes. And this was the Squiggle challenge where I just drew some random shapes and turned them into animals or faces or whatever. And I thought it would be fun to draw a pin on this page. I don't know if that was true, but yeah. At this point I just wanted to fill the rest of the sketchbook, basically. And well, this is a page that you don't easily miss. It's quite bright. And yeah, I drew even more pins that someone is wearing as accessories. Some faces. An acrylic painting. Not the best acrylic painting, I'm still learning, but I think it was quite interesting to create a painting. I've only painted like real portraits 2 times, including this one, so this was my second time doing a committed portrait in acrylic, so I think it turned out quite okay. I love green. And this was the paint that was left when I was finished with my painting, so I drew some cute I don't know if that's people or creatures, but some cute faces. Another comic, a sketch for a comic. Yeah, and this is a picture of a brain. I watched a documentary or a show about brains, and it occurred to me that we really live in our brains. We see everything through our brains, and that might not be something that you usually think about, but this was my way of processing that, I guess. And therefore I drew a brain and titled it My True Self-Portrait. And after using these pens or pencils, I don't know what they were, highlighters, I was quite inspired by the colors, so I drew cleaning supplies. That was where my brain went either way, from the colors, or yeah, you understand what I mean. And this was the last page, and I don't really know where the inspiration for this came from, but I drew the things that print receipts, and then I was finished. And in here I don't really know if there's something interesting. I have some of the magazine pages that I cut out for the collages, some loose paper sketches, and yeah. it's quite messy, but it's just a sketchbook, right? This was my 7th sketchbook, and I have already moved on to my 8th. It's that small pocket-sized sketchbook again, and I think it's quite fun to vary your sizes of sketchbooks. It's interesting, and I recommend that. I really do. Yeah, I think that was it. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider giving this video a thumbs up or subscribing to this channel. Hope you've gotten some inspiration at least, and yeah, leave a comment. Let's chat. Yeah, have a nice day. Bye.